What's up, Fight fans? It's your boy Mike DFTV Sports, still here at the Athletic Zone. Y'all thought I forgot it. Not today. I didn't forget it. Hey guys, I'm here now with one of the other coaches here, one of the boxing coaches, and you are Coach
Pat.
Coach Pat. Me and Coach Pat were talking offline. Coach Patton does some things up in here, so get them an idea. How long you been doing boxing training and stuff like that?
I've been working with professional and amateur USA boxing and professional boxing for over 10 years.
Over 10 years?
Yes, sir.
And so you get them youngsters coming up, transition through the amateur and moving on to the pros, huh?
Yes, you get an opportunity to be involved with something like that. The only thing with working with smaller people and younger guys, if they're not committed, you don't get an opportunity to take them to the next level.
Right. Speaking of that, we'll talk to some of the youngsters that's transitioning from amateurs to the pros. In your opinion, what's the hardest transition when it comes to coming from the amateurs and making that pro debut?
One of the hardest things is if you haven't been taught as an amateur how to be a professional, it's hard to step into the professional world with an amateur mindset. So you have to train your amateurs to prepare for their big moment.
Wow, I like that. Wow. Because a lot of times, like the Olympics trial just went by, so there's several of those young folks after the Olympics or the Olympic trials going to transition into some type of professional thing. And what do you think some of the I guess the word turmoil or turbulence they're going through now?
Commitment and peer pressure and, the environments that the world has to offer the younger kids now. So, with dealing with peer pressure, not being committed, and not exactly knowing where you're going, it can stunt your growth.
Right.
So you only have a limited amount of time to prepare yourself for the big stage. So you want to lessen your chances of making it hard for you to get there by not getting yourself in a lot of trouble, not making kids, or creating bills that are unnecessary, because once you get into that stage, it's hard for amateurs and professionals to get paid properly or paid anyway.
Right.
So once you start stunning your growth for as being able to finance what you're trying to do, it makes it even harder.
There's some instances where the boxers either pay or be paid. How do you feel about that strategy in boxing?
As far as
like sometimes they go across the border, they have to pay to get fights, but on this side they get paid to fight. You think the training or the experience is different?
I say it's an even ball field, because I guess overseas they say that those guys train harder or work harder because of their environment. We have same environments here, and we have same type of committed guys. So I think it's an equal field
kind of a
out there.
Huh?
Yes.
So still come back down to the fighter and their level of commitment, huh?
Yes. A lot of people are able to play the game, but when you're able to compete, it makes a different type of guy, So when playing the game is easy, me and you can play the game, but are we able to go to the next level and compete? When you're able to compete, and that gives you an opportunity to be unique, a champion.
Nice way to put that. I didn't think about it from that perspective. Let's do a little trivia fun. I like doing trivia fun here. Of the weight classes between 130, 135, 140, 147, if you had to pick the weight class that you're going to train a champion, which one you think would be easiest for you? With the level of competition out there.
I could train any weight class. I
I knew you were going to give it as an answer.
I would like to have a guy in every weight class.
Right.
So you can't miss me.
Right.
I would like to be in every weight class. It is
what it is.
Huh? Make a big guy move like a 135.
There you go.
So
now here's who do you think? I just asked the other coach, of course, Aaron Spence Jr., Terrence Crawford.
I say a lot of people have been debating on this, But my opinion, I don't think Crawford ever wanted to fight.
Really?
Yes, I think he was just using that as a platform to boost himself.
Interesting, interesting, interesting.
That's like I can get you ready. You'll say I want to fight Mike Tyson, but we haven't made it to that weight class yet. But what made it interesting is the fact that you said you would go and try to deal with this type of guy.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So I think that's what Crawford was doing.
Just to kind of build a fan base.
My opinion.
Okay. Wilder and Joshua.
In the beginning, I think they were equally scared of each other because equally, each guy coming up, they both had problems. Both of them had a heat wall. Joshua couldn't get away from the 1-2. Deontay Wilder couldn't control the inside. So I've been telling people this for years, and it came to fruition.
Interesting, interesting. Okay, Devo and Canelo too.
I think Canelo, those guys, they work pretty good. You know, I kind of like the way they approach every fighter. I think Canelo had a game plan, and he stuck with the game plan, and went out with the game plan. So I think that's what happened to him. You went, but it's a give and take when you do that. You got some guys who stick with the game plan and win, lose, or draw. You got some guys who make the adjustment. So when you get a guy that can make the adjustment before, inside, in between rounds, in between the moment and the minutes, you got a good guy.
Very true, very, very true. With that, last one, Garcia and Davis.
Tank Davis?
Tank Davis.
Well, when it comes to Tank, you know, I always criticize all fighters, and not too many fighters I know their name particularly I watch. But when it comes to Tank, he had problems with conditioning, being faithful to his sport, being a gym rat. He had problems with that. In his early stage of his career, you had the opportunity to get him. Now that he's a lot more committed and understanding his role, it's getting harder. So you can't count him out with a knockout.
Absolutely. I was saying when I watched the Pitbull fight, there was only 2 times he went to a decision, and Pitbull was one of them, and the other one was in the early part of his boxing career. And so, yeah, I think out of all the fighters in the industry, Tank and Spence would be my favorite too.
Tank, yeah, because he's been taught by some good guys, you know, offense, defense combined, and he has the power to go with it. Like I say, if you'd have got him in the early part of his career, you'd have had an opportunity. When he was coming up overweight, you know, losing his belt for overweight, losing money for overweight, you had an opportunity to get him. Now that he's committed, it's going to be kind of hard. You're going to have to be a skilled fighter and have some power.
And a strong chin.
Yes. I think, who was it, Pitbull? I think he wasn't an educated boxer. Yeah.
More like a brawler.
Yeah. So you got boxers and you got uneducated boxers. So when I say uneducated, you got a. So when you have a boxer is gonna work the ring. He's gonna use footwork. He's gonna use head movement. He's gonna use all of that like a gumbo. You know what I'm saying? So
Did you just say a gumbo?
yeah, it's like a gumbo. So my method of training is like a gumbo. You know, we're gonna keep adding things in until we perfect you to the taste is there.
Got it.
You know, and we feel like I seen people put oranges and lemons in, and we might try that, but once we see that that's not, we're gonna take that out. You know, some people keep trying to force that. And
Bring it in there, right.
yeah, and it's like, hey, you being disrespectful because you won't eat it. I don't want to eat it because it don't taste right. It's kind of bitter. So, we go through the bitter phase, we go through the add-in phase until we perfect you. I like to watch my fighters from head to toe as if I'm watching television. So with that opportunity, I get an opportunity to see all your imperfections and see where I need to correct you. The less opportunities that we give another guy to get you, the more likely we're going to win.
Absolutely, absolutely. Wow. Now, that was a technical thing. I like that. That's a different strategy. I haven't heard that one. I've done a lot of interviews. Real good.
Absolutely.
So, last few seconds, look at the audience. Give them a little bit of high pro glow about who you are.
I'm Coach Pat. I've been doing this for over 10 years. I'm looking for a committed, dedicated boxer to take to the next level. I've been to the next level once before. I want to get there again. I'm looking for a committed guy to do it again. And once I get there, I'm not coming back.
And how can they find you?
You can find me on my Instagram. It's called the boxing _ GEM, like a diamond. It's not gem, it's like a diamond. So the boxing _ GEM, you can find me there, you can DM me there, and we can go from there. But you got to be committed. If you're not committed, my motto this year is, if you're not committed, I'm not committed to you.
There it is, youngsters. I always say DFTV Sports, pure excitement. So, hey, you got to bring the A game. All right, guys, we'll see you next time. We're out.